barely today. Hi there. How you doing? Well, today I'm making beads. I'm making glass beads. So these are some of the beads I made yesterday. So I still have to clean these. This was made yesterday. And that's what I'm making today. These are beads. And you take them off and then you clean them and the beads. It's a bead. It's a glass bead. I'm a bead maker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some beads. I also make jewelry. Stuff like this. Yep. I'm a bead maker. So off we go. I'll make stuff like this. These are from yesterday. The cubic zirconia in it. See that? That's a drop. It's a steel drop. Oh, nice. Cool. Thanks for stopping, Warcraft. What's up? Okay. Alright, here we go. Self-organized. So, I'm gonna gotta figure out some colors, what I want to do here. Having stringers that I could use up today that I made yesterday, little bits, and things I need to clip that are too short. That's what I'm doing right now. Reorg a little bit. Okay. Feeling organized. At least a little more organized. Some super tiny black and white beads to start. So that's what I'm doing. Hello, Hedwig. Hello, Morris. All right, here we go. Green ones with yellow dots. I want these to be discs, so they're going to be kind of taller beads. Be a little yourself, girls. Hello. So it's going to be a disc-shaped green bead with yellow dots on the outside of it. It's going to go to a bracelet I'm working on. Nice. Woodcraft, you really should do it. It's very fun. This technique is called lamp working. It means I use a blowtorch and stay a stationary blowtorch to melt them into the glass. There's one bead. It's green and yellow. Hi. And I'm going to make another one. So I work with Italian soft glass. I'm a bead maker in Colorado. And like I said, this technique is called lamp worked glass. I'm lamp working glass. It means I use a torch. guys hit the like button. There are 59 peeps watching, only 13 likes. Hey, thank you so much, Nail Crusade. I appreciate that. Thank you. I am just working today, and I figured that if I'm going to be doing this, I might as well have a camera on me so y'all can join me in my process. It's also nice to have company and meet people from all over the world. I'm into that. That's fun. And so, yeah, I am a bead maker in Colorado. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see here. Sadly, I can't find a workspace to accommodate fire as mine is full of wood. Yeah, that'll do it. Not to mention sawdust around fire is a big no-no, right? So, yeah, well, let me know if you need any glass things. Yeah, ventilation is very important with glass. Nail polish, glitter, and gems. Okay, Nail Crusade, that's awesome. Fun. Those are wonderful things for your studios to be filled with, y'all. Love it. Made many bongs or pipes. Hello, Exposed Ben. No, I don't. I'm actually a soft glass worker. I do work in borosilicate glass, and borosilicate glass is a different kind of glass, and that's what the pipes are made of. I have, but you know, I've been making beads for 25 years. At this point, I use the bongs, I just don't make them. So there's a lot of people doing amazing things with glass in that industry, but that's not what I make. If you want to check out my website, it's J9Glass.art, and you can see what I do make. Oh, I'm sure I would. Thank you. Yeah, I've been asked for. Yeah, I've been doing it a long time. If I teach classes here in Colorado, too. Yeah, I've been doing this for 25 years primarily because I'm extraordinarily stubborn. And I really enjoy doing this. So, thank you for the education. I didn't know the difference in glass. Yeah, no problem, Exposed Ben. Yeah, so borosilicate glass, the thing that makes it different is that it melts a lot slower, requires a lot more heat, and actually soft glass is pretty expensive right now because of all the tariffs, but the borosilicate glass, the color is extremely expensive, and it requires a lot more stuff. I make drinking straws out of boro, and I make pendants and things, but the soft glass melts so nice. It's like, it's really, really molten, and it just turns to water, and it's really amazing. So it's different. Beads. One mandel down, several to go. Red, orange. I'm going to do another one with 3 of them that are going to have red and orange. It's going to be red with orange dots, I think. The orange is kind of, this orange doesn't really like. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Please let me ask any questions you like. I am available for questions. So right now I'm making a handle. This is a orange color, and this is clear. And with this one I'm going to make a handle. It's called a punty. So this is a punty. Right? Then I'm going to heat up slowly. The other thing with soft glass is you have to make sure that you introduce it to the heat very slowly. If you slam it into the heat, it'll pop, and you'll have little tiny shards of glass everywhere. It's true. There we go, and I'm going to heat it all the way around, and then I'm going to pull it out. I'm making what's called a stringer, so it's a thin string of glass, so I can do a little bit more detail with smaller pieces. Okay. And now we're going to do red and orange. So I'm going to do red. Now the other thing with reds and oranges is they turn black in the flame. So when they're hot, they actually turn a very dark color, so they kind of look black. But when they're out of the kiln and they've cooled overnight and they've annealed and the whole thing, they turn the colors that they look like here. So when they're hot, they turn black. I'm so glad you're enjoying this big exposed Ben. Alright, so this is the orange. Again, this technique is called lamp-worked glass, and I am a glass bead maker. Okay, so I'm going to heat it up. Yeah, I just started doing lives on YouTube last week, so I do them every day at 2 o'clock. I'm trying to do them every day, so far I've been successful, but I'm sure there will be days that my 2 o'clock torch time with J9 won't happen because I'm doing something else. But for the most part, I'm going to try and be here around this time every day. So check in with me and then like and subscribe to my channel, and you'll know when I'm doing stuff. Alright, so I'm going to melt that down. Again, this is red, and we're going to put little orange dots all the way around it. So I'm melting it down. And the soft glass melts at about 1800 degrees. Borosilicate glass for pipes and stuff, I think it melts over 2000 degrees. I'm just not sure the temperature. It's hot. Super hot. Can I ask how you got into this line of work? Sure. So I have been making jewelry since I was in junior high school. I'm 51 years old now. So I've been making jewelry since I was young, and with little seed beads. I used to sell beads out of my locker, or I'd sell jewelry. I'd make like beaded jewelry and sell them in my locker. And fast forward many years later, I was still interested in jewelry, and I worked in Vail for a while at a jewelry store, and that was fun. Really nice jewelry. I couldn't afford any of it, of course, but it was nice to be able to sell it to people who could. And one of my days off, I was hanging out at Lake Dillon, which is not too far away from Vail, and there used to be a bead store there called Luna Beads, and I was making jewelry, and I'd still make jewelry every once in a while, so I brought my beads with me and stuff, and I'd just make whatever kind of jewelry. And I went into the bead store, and I saw this huge jar of all these different kinds of glass beads, and I asked the lady at the front, I'm like, where'd you get these? And she said, oh, my husband makes them. And I looked at her and I said, what do you mean your husband makes the beads? It doesn't compute at all. I just didn't have anything to reference it from. So she called her husband, and the next day she had me over to their house, and they let a complete stranger, me, in their studio that was in the downstairs area of their house. He showed me a couple things, how to turn on the torch, sold me a book, let me mess around on the torch for a little while, and then the rest is history. I got my first studio, and I came up with something called a hair noodle. Check out my website, that's what those are. And so I was selling those to stores all over the country. I've done shows everywhere, and now I'm doing larger style sculptures. And I'll start working with antique boxes of glass and resin in them, and maybe even light. We're going to start doing some light stuff too. So that's pretty much been my journey. I've been teaching for about that long. I'm going to be putting more of a push on my website, and that's why I'm doing the lives. And also to educate the public about glass, because heck, I didn't know that this was how it was done until I did. So I figured there are other people that might want to learn. So and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Does that answer your question adequately? I've been smiling at my phone since I got here, and I've just understood why. Why is that? In 15 minutes of watching, I'm hooked. Oh, good. Well, you probably need to make beads, man. I'm telling you. Glass beads really are their own. Glass is its own art form. Not quite like anything else. It is very internal. It's not like you have a gauge of some sort where you're checking on the temperature and moving it this much and folding slot A into fold B or whatever. You have to, it's very internal. Yeah. I've been subbed also. Greetings from Scotland. Oh, hello. Nice. The story of a craft being passed down by chance. Apparently the guy that I went to the studio, his name was Stoney. He was really nice. And he taught a bunch of people how to do beads, just real casual about it. For me, I'm in an art center in Manitou Springs, Colorado. And we're the largest maker space in the state of Colorado. So we have a maker space here. Lots of classes and all kinds of stuff. I'm in the UK also. Greetings. Hi. Hi now. It's just really cool to meet people from around the world. YouTube's amazing. The internet's amazing. Seriously. I am a fan of being able to meet new people from all over the dang place. That's cool. There's some day and age we live in now. Incredible. So I ran out of stringers, so we're just going to go directly with the big one here. I'm from UK too. Greetings from Lincolnshire. I'm Lorna, by the way. Hi, Lorna. How you doing? Nice to meet everybody. I'm so glad y'all are here. You know, I make these things every day. This is my job, so I'm here. And it's just nice to have some company and be able to meet new people and talk about glass or whatever and do what we're doing. I'm a fan. This bracelet's going to take me forever to make, though. I have little rainbow beads that go with it, but this one's going to be a big bracelet. I'm going to make these 6 dots. There we go. Yeah, very cool. Well, I know that there are bead makers wherever you are, I'm sure. So if you look up glass lampworking or lampwork beads on the internet, that's where you are. I bet you've got somebody near you that teaches classes of bead making. Just saying. If you want to play with the glass, this is the cheaper and easier way to do it, because if you do like the large scale hot shop work, that's like what vases and, you know, the big stuff's made out of. It's the same kind of glass that I'm working with right now, but on a huge scale. So they have big furnaces, and it's called a glory hole. It's a big furnace that you put the glass into to make it melt. And then also there's a crucible. The crucible is a big, huge vat of molten clear glass, and you can just dump it in, you know, dump your piece that you're working on into this big crucible of clear. It's pretty intense. Lampworking is a more gentle process. It's so nice to meet everybody, and you know, it's nice to hear people from around the world that still want to hang out with an American. Oh my gosh, it's not my fault, I swear. It had nothing to do with the nightmare that's happening here. But yeah, we're just going to make beads and make pretty things that make people happy. That's the plan. Getting ready for my shows this summer. I don't know, these beads might be kind of big for a bracelet. We'll see. It's gonna be burly. Next I'm going to do some rainbow beads to finish out this bracelet. Gotta make more of those. So I've got some mandrels. The steel that I'm working on is the mandrel, that's what it's called. And it's coated in a bead release, which is a type of kiln wash, like a clay. It makes it toward the steel, the glass does not stick to the steel. 23 likes now, but 90 watching. Let's smash that like button. Heck yeah! What's up, Lorna? Lorna pumping me up. Love it. That is sweet. There we go. 4. We're gonna do 2 more dots on this one. These are so juicy looking, like seriously. Yum. Look at these guys. So those are all glass, and they're all going to turn red and orange when they're out of the kiln. But now they got to go in the kiln. When they come out tomorrow, they will be red and orange. Okay, now we're going to do a purple and blue one, and then we're going to do some rainbow. So this is EDP, Evil to Vitrifying Purple. That up. Yeah, I've only been doing lives for about a week now on YouTube specifically. I used to do ones on the TikToks, and I'm not sure about that platform. I feel like this is a better place for me, and so here I am. Can't do it all. Okay, so this is EDP. It's Evil to Vitrifying Purple. Unfortunately, in soft glass, we don't have a whole lot of purple. At least not that's lamp workable. There are some purples, but Oro honestly has the awesomeness on the purples. There's some gorgeous borosilicate purples. We have a lot more colors with everything else. Okay. Now we do the same thing but with blue with purple dots. Drink. Okay. There. So the reason why I'm flashing it in like this is because you have to introduce the heat to the glass slowly. If you put it in too fast, it'll pop. The thermal shock will just make it pop all over the place. You'll just have hot shards of glass everywhere. And that kind of sucks. It's happened. But you don't get to play with fire without getting burned sometimes. It's just that's the thing. Thanks a lot. I love you. I really appreciate it. Definitely subscribe to my channel so y'all will know when I'm doing stuff. I'm trying to get my numbers up on this platform. So please subscribe to my channel if you would. I appreciate it. Okay, that's blue, and now we're going to put purple dots on it. I'm going to do 6 of them. I think that's good. 3. Now we must be able to get you 50. Come on, guys. Let's show some appreciation for this amazing work. Aw, thank you. Hi, Sophia. How you doing? That's very sweet of you. Hi, Newman. Oh, Newman Senola Zeller. Hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome. I am a glass bead maker here in Colorado, and I do lives at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Try and do them as often as I can. Yeah, smash the like button. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Unbiased. Smash that like. do love people playing with fire and glass. Come on, give it to me. Alright. I'm just doing my thing. So if you want to know, with this purple color, you definitely have to have more oxygen on it than most colors, because if you do not, it will turn black. Woohoo! Thank you. Come on. Very sweet. Alright. Now we're going to do 2 more on this mandrel. I usually like to do 3 of this style per mandrel. Different colors. What's your name again? I'm so sorry. Nara had asked me if why it turns black in the flame. So sometimes some colors just react differently in the flame. I'm biased. I'm making beads. I'm making glass beads. Lorna. Sorry, Lorna. Yeah. So Lorna, sometimes different colors that are in the glass, to make them different colors, react different ways to the gases. So I'm using a torch right now that has oxygen and propane, still by oxygen and propane, so I can turn up and down the oxygen and the propane. And different colors react different ways to the flame. Lorna, did that explain that well enough for you? So with this particular purple color, you gotta put lots more oxygen in the flame. Is that to do with the pigment? Yes, kind of. I'm not sure if it's pigment like paint. I am not well versed in the actual making of the glass itself as a supply. I can tell you how to melt it, but I don't know as much with that. But I think that the pigments all come from different kinds of stone and metal. That's how they make the colors. So I know that like red and pink, for example, and probably this purple too, does have gold in it, like has actual gold in the mix to make it turn like reddish color. So I know that copper is also another one. I don't know. So yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. I make beads out of shaping and sanding down different stones that I find around creeks in California. Always wanted to make glass beads. Oh, unbiased, you really should. If you're in California, girl, you got. Whoever you are, you need to know that the. Thank you. Definitely need to try it. Try the glass bead making. If you look in wherever you are, just do a little search on the internet for a lampwork teacher, or a lampwork glass bead making teacher, and I bet you find something. I mean, California is a big place with a lot of artists in it, so I would be betting there's lots in there. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem, Unbiased. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's called Lampworks Glass or Glass Bead Making. And it takes a lot of patience. Yeah, you're welcome. It takes a lot of patience. You have to be you can't be in a hurry with the glass. That's the thing that's kind of nice about it, is you can just it's very meditative. Like you have to kind of let yourself fall into it. The thing about that is, though, as I'll tell you, is anybody who gets into the glass and they really enjoy it, suddenly it's 25 years later like me. And you've just been obsessed with glass for that long. So that happens. I am not the only one, for sure. It is kind of a rare art form, but we are out there. We are out there. I mean, glass beads have been made for thousands of years, so people are doing it somewhere. Guaranteed. So the next ones I'm going to make are going to be rainbow dot ones, and they are dots that turn into stripes. It must be awesome to do a job you love. It is, because it is, and I'll tell you what, I have really sacrificed a lot for, like, I don't have any kids. I don't own my partner has a nice house that we live in, but I spent many years, like, with not a lot of money and, just really determined and extremely stubborn. Fortunately, I got support in my community, which is nice. Yeah. I'm subscribing to get inspired because I already like your attitude and I'd like to see more of you and your work. I don't mean to sound weird. I genuinely enjoy this type of talent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I think that that's another thing that's kind of cool. Is like when I do shows and people don't understand that I make the beads, like they see the jewelry and stuff and they don't realize that this is what I'm doing, it can be a little frustrating. So it's really important for me to have videos and lives and all of that to educate the public about it because, you know, it's not the same thing as just buying beads and stringing them. You know, I mean, I design the earrings and stuff with the glass. And the jewelry is not on the website right now, just my chains. My glass chains are on the website, but all the jewelry, the earrings, and all the like medium price stuff will be there. I can still ship to Europe, but boy, it's going to be expensive right now. So, let's see. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Unbiased. I am working on it. I am working on it. I'm also well practiced. Like I said, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've come back and forth on different techniques and stuff that I've done and stuff I've focused on, and boy, it's been a ride. I am not nearly done yet. Here's the purple blue ones. It looks pretty. Alright, so now we're going to do some of the rainbow ones that have all the colors in it. So I am going to need to pull some more stringers. Let's do it. I think I like this yellow better though. Now we'll do this one. Okay, so I'm using this kind of yellow, light lemon yellow. Okay, let's start with the beginning of the rainbow. So I'm going to do red. The little rainbow earrings are really super cute. They really are. They're just so I'm going to make a bunch of them. So yeah, I'm flashing the glass. Be very careful with it. Also, if you're working with soft glass, your working space is way up here. You're not in here. You're way up here. Like when you work with borosilicate, like for pipes and stuff, you're doing boro, man, people are working like right up close to the torch head. It's, you know, crazy heat. This is more about the dance. And the stuff is liquidy and weird, and you know, when you really understand it, it really is a joy to play with. It really is. It really is. That's why I like teaching beginners because, you know, they check it out and they're like, oh my gosh. We also have a studio here that people can, like, if they have a membership to MAC, the Manitou Art Center, and it's only like $50 a month or something. We have a studio that you can come into and use the torch for free. Not my torch, a different torch, but still. It's pretty neat. I would have loved to have had that when I first started. Taking Maggie! Alright, there's the red. And this orange, which is being kind of persnickety. I'm not wild about this orange. I'm going to use a different orange. No, it's too close to the red. This one at least looks like orange. The other one's a little bit too red. It's like only a little bit different than the other color. You're right, so we go with the orange. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out. Sure, it's neat to meet people from all over the place. If any of you are in Colorado, feel free to stop by the Manitou Art Center. We're at the base of Pikes Peak, and this town is adorable. It really is. So, it's a cute little tourist town. I live a little bit further up in the mountains. It's a very sweet little town. Like a little hippie art town. Which is perfect for me. If any of you are familiar with New Hope, Pennsylvania, That's where I lived when I was growing up, and that's similar to here, except different in a lot of ways. Alright, there's the orange. Yellow. There we go. I've got some yellow, but I don't have the right yellow, so I'm going to do this one. Wanting to change my music to something a little bit more energetic, but I think it's probably nighttime where more people are watching this right now. Maybe not. But, okay, some yellow. I can figure out the diameter of how thick I want it by how much heat I give it and how when I pull it, but I don't want it to be too thin. I'm doing that, like everything else, it takes a little practice. Okay. Red, orange, yellow. Green we got enough of, I think. Green we got. Blue. Now we're lacking in blue. Blue as well. There we go. I'm gonna have to re-pull the purple. So each one of the rainbow beads, it looks like I'm gonna make, you can make 2 at a time, but no more than 2 because they require clear. And when you encase something, at least when I encase something, I can only make 2 at once because if I make more than that, they will crack. And that's kind of a pain. You really have to just be mindful of where your heat is at all times. Purple, so a little tiny bit left. Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate y'all being here. It's nice to have company and meet new people from around the world. I'm going to be able to kind of promote my website a little bit, and classes and things, in case people are in Colorado or are interested. That is the primary function of the YouTube channel. And these days, you gotta figure out how to promote yourself and advertise and all that. And this is the only way I can think of to do it this current time. So, I just very pinky purple, but it looks really pretty when you put clear over it. Alright. So I'm going to do these on black. Do them on black and white. They look really cool on either one of them, so. Appreciate when people subscribe to my channel, check it out, and I'm usually here, so I make different stuff. If there was anybody here today from yesterday, I'd like to show you the bead that I made yesterday with the implosions. Alright, starting with black. Actually, this is intense black. This is a very expensive color. Let's use regular black because that one's an expensive color. Regular black and intense black look the same with what I'm doing them with right now, but when I'm making the eyes and my little beads, you gotta have the intense black, otherwise it kind of gets weird. Also, fun fact, if you didn't know, black glass is actually purple, which is very dark. Which is really ironic because we don't have much purple glass. Fixing the bubble. Sometimes when it gets really hot, it'll bubble. You know. There are lots of tricks to get rid of them, but they're real tricky. One of the trickier tricks. Okay, I'm going to start with red. Make the flag just a little bit bigger, just because I need to fit 6 dots on it. Actually, 12 dots. So 6 dots of color with clear alternating. Make it a little bit bigger. A little more stressful to try and cram them all on there when there's small. I can do it, but it's not what I want this bracelet to be. There we go. Thanks a lot, unbiased. I'm very sorry. And me, my dear. Alright, so now that we're even, we're going to do red. Now I'm going to pull those dots up so they're kind of tall. It's a kind of tall dot. So I'm doing red. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be making dots into stripes. It's a really weird technique. So this one is orange. Okay, orange. I'm going to do yellow. Green. And violet. Alright, so this is what it looks like now. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put little tiny itty bitty dots of clear in between those dots. Okay? I'm going to do one at a time, so I'm going to do this one first, and then I'm going to melt them all out. So I'm going to get all the little clear dots on the side, and then melt the whole thing. The thing is, too, is you want to keep it warm, but you can't get it too hot, or the clear will just smear the color. You have to make sure you keep it hot enough so it doesn't crack. That, my friends, is practice. Truly. So we're going to melt it down. Remember, I've got the colored dots on there, and then putting clear on either side of those dots. What's happening is that the dots are spreading out, but the clear is making it to where they're turning into lines. I'll show you in just a second. It's a coming. It's a coming. stripes. So I just trim the dots and the stripes, right? I'll do that on the other side. Yeah, I can only do 2 of these at once. Any more than this, then they always crack. You do a pair. That's it. So dots in between colored dots. And then melt it down. And then I'm going to put a clear line all the way around it. And it's going to melt out the lines so they kind of spread out. And there's a rat. And I'll clear over them. Happens very slowly. Glass will only go as fast as it can. And if you push it, it'll screw up. So it's not fun when that happens. So you really can't be in a hurry when you're melting the glass. Unless you need to be. Like you have to do something fast. But I mean, for the most part, it is all about control and being able to figure out when you want your heat where. That's at the end of the day, that's a pretty rainbow bead. These are rainbow discs. They're cool. Clear inside the other one. So much for those likes. I really appreciate it. Sharing the love. It's awfully nice, yeah. Thank you. Alright. Always be mindful of the original bead on the left, because if you only focus on one of them, the other one will be inevitably crack, for sure. You've got to be thinking about both of them. I'm making a lot of spacers on a mandrel, doesn't matter as much. But for this, definitely. It's a rainbow. Cool. They're fun. I like those, they're cute. Alright. Done with them. Alright. I was gonna make a happy smiley face heart as well today. So I already put sludge on all the other ones, so I guess I can only make one, but this is what I'm gonna make. These guys go in houseplants, so it's just a little heart, plant poker, goes in your houseplants. Sometimes I make them with cubic zirconia, but I also want to make them with little smiley faces because it's silly, and that's what we're doing. So. making a bead. There we go. Alright, so I start with black. I make a little disc on the end of this. Yeah, I think the live tomorrow will probably be all beads as well because I've got a bunch of jewelry right now, but I don't have a lot of beads. Oh, we were going to make a heart. That's right. Sorry, I guess we're making a bead. Got a little distracted there. We're going to make a bead instead of a heart, but that's okay. This is a paddle at the end. Black glass. And then I'm going to take this yellow and put a gather on either side and then squish it down so it's flat. Adding a little bit of yellow to either side of this to make the two yellow stripes and one black stripe by the bead. I do make a lot of these. I make a ton of these. They're on my website at J9Glass.art, so if you want to see what these things look like. Some really cute pictures of them. And one day we will work out international shipping. Right now, at this very moment, I don't have it worked out, but I will tell you when I do. Yellow on one side, black on the other. Yellow. Melting down all my lines. Okay. Try and get those bad boys even. So now you've got the hamburger. Two sides are yellow and one side's one. The center is black. There's a little black line in there. So that's the first black line in the bead. Now I'm going to put black on either sides of the yellow. Like I said before, I could stripe it with a stringer or something, but I feel like the lines wouldn't be as straight as they are as when I do this. So this is how the beads are made. It all out and use my paddle to like gravity squish it up into a nice line. Go. Black on the other side. Thanks a lot for the likes. I appreciate that. gravity push it down just a little bit. And then I've got 3 black lines, building the bead, and I'm putting yellow on either side. I think I'm going to have this part be the head. Usually at some point I decide whichever ones seem a little bit bigger. So I'm going to melt this one down. I'm going to squish it just a little bit more to make it the diameter just a little bit bigger. So that's the head. Where's the head? Gravity do its thing. When it's red hot, it is on the move. Alright. We're going to get the other side with some yellow. Try to even out this little bit here. Alright, I'm going to yellow the other side. The other side is going to be the bum. A little bead bum. And I usually put 5 stripes, including the head on these. So the layout here is. There's so many things I didn't even know. Goodness, I'm so sorry. Off to bed. Thank you so much for going off to bed. Thank you for God loving me. Is that pink? No, that color I used before was like a purple. Right. Good night. I hope that you saw that. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hello, Ricardo. Ice King's Heart. Oh my gosh, I love it. Ice King from Adventure Time. Gotta love me some Adventure Time. That's a brilliant cartoon. So fun. There we go. So this is the back part of it. I'm gonna let it kind of sink for a bit. Of the bead. This is this little back side. And then next I'm going to start making little beads for earrings. I need to make some super teeny tiny bitty ones. I got to figure out which colors I want to do. So, I think pink and black will be a thing, and that pea green and white will be a thing. Go. Some of the bee. I'm going to make his head. So, head right here. I'm so sorry I didn't get to say goodnight to my friend that was over here earlier. They went to bed. Okay, so I'm going to add a substantial amount to the top here for the head. Melt it all in. tip it up, and I kind of manipulate it while it's hot, so it's kind of like balancing here to make it spread out, make it a little bit wider. So that's about what I want. There we go, that's what I like, that's the way I want it. So I'm going to give them eyes. I hope everybody's having a great day or evening wherever you are. And I'm going to put little blue eyes in the middle of the eyes. The eyes open now. Put little blue bits in there. This is transparent dark aqua. Tomorrow will probably be a bee day, so most likely I will be making a ton of bees tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to have to be a bee day, so if you channel into me, or if you subscribe to my channel, you'll know when I will be live, and I will be doing this at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time here in Colorado, so it's an hour before right now. So whatever time it is right now, I start an hour before this, and I go usually for about 2 hours, but today I can only go for an hour and a half. Big pupil, and we're going to make it super teeny tiny. Give it a little smiley face, Ice King's heart. That's so cute. Love the Ice King. This is his little face. Right? Now I'm going to put wings on him. And I'm going to put him in the cup. Glass bead. Then the Kelly goes, bye. Alright. So next. Oh, I wanted to make a rainbow drop. That's right. Okay, so we're gonna do a drop. Hello, Alana Mays. How you doing? Thank you. So I'm going to make a little drop. These are necklace drops. This is steel, and this is red. So I'm going to have it go down the colors with clear. So we'll have to, I haven't made one of these before, so we're going to see how this goes. Red, we're going to start with red. Okay. And then I'm going to do, squish it down. And I'm going to do clear. Alright. Orange after this one. It's a little tiny bit of red. And I'm going to put clear on it. Yeah, I've never done one of these before. I think this will be cool. Okay, so then we're going to melt that down since we have a flat line there. And then I'm going to squish it down again. Very gently. So I've got red and clear. Now I do orange. do clear again. Hi. Now it's red and orange. I'll flatten it out a little bit so it's not so obvious. There's a line there. Okay, then I'm going to do clear again. So tiny. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you'd like to see more of my work, I'm at the J9Glass.art is my website. And I'm going to do yellow, little clear bits. It's so tiny. It's going to get bigger though. I'm trying to put a rainbow with clear lines in between each layer as a steel drop. It'll be very cool, I think, if I can pull it off. Okay, so I got red, orange, and I'm going to put yellow. This is going to be freaking beautiful if it works. Hopefully it works. It'll work. It's going to be a pretty big drop though. Yellow. Now I'm going to melt it down again. I'm probably going to use my paddle this time, just because if I use gravity, it might all just get too hot and fly off the steam. This is going to be cute. Red, orange, yellow. These do take a little while, but they're very cool. Grandma finna hit a back glob. Yeah, right, I wish. Grandma. Not yet, buddy. I guess I'd be old enough to do some of these. Grandma, I'm 51, so I guess so. I mean, you must be like 10 or something. But then again, after you hit, I mean, anybody who's my age knows that once you hit like 45 or so, every reel looks like they're 12. So, there's that. Actually, this grandma prefers pens. I like DAP pens, thank you. Yellow, green. I'm making a pendant actually.
Hi, bye, I love you.
Hi, bye, I love you. Mwah. Bye, Katie. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yay. I have hit fat dabs trying to do torch work, but it's a bad move. If I do really big heavy stuff, yeah, that's a bad move. Blow torches and that doesn't work out so great. 1800 degrees, you gotta be really careful. This is gonna be awesome. Is that you, Nikki? And what? You leaving? Okay. I'll be here tomorrow. Okay. Okay. there again. This is Italian soft glass. I will say that the older I get, the more I like being called ma'am. Okay. Yeah, this thing finishes really cute. I like doing these with whites too. Maybe I'll do a few of those with white. I like the white glass because it's so bright white and it will always look like that. It won't stain, it won't change, it will always be that bright, crazy white. Okay. I'm going to be leaving here in about 10 minutes. Normally my lives are 2 hours, but today I had to cut it a little short. I've got a meeting in a half hour, and I'm going to drive where it is. So, I will do this for another little bit. We're going to finish this one, and I'll probably do some more spacers, and then I'll see you all again tomorrow too. And I'm looking forward to this one coming out of the kiln. I will totally take a video of that. That's going to be cool. Purple. I'm going to do a big glob of clear on the bottom. I'm going to try and shape it just a little bit better, and then I'll put the kiln. Very pinky purple, but okay. We'll get to work with it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, for me, fat dabs are not a great idea at the studio. Burning yourself kind of sucks. It's really hot. gives them a really big bottom melty bit. Oh shit. Alright, so that happens. So that, I just caught it. There isn't enough red on there to make it happy, so attach it back. I will have to put more red on there. Should have done one more. Okay. This reminds me of a weevil. Like a weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. It's kind of like a weevil. And I have to put a little more red on top. So it doesn't cycle fall. There we go. That's a little thing. Super cute. But it needs to be more red on top. Always gotta check to make sure it's red because sometimes it's another color. You're running correct. More red on there. See if I can fix this. A little tricky, y'all. There we go. Ooh, yeah. My first rainbow drop. This one's kind of fun. They do take a minute to make it. And I want to even it out. Make sure it's not all weird. And I'm going to put a little bit more clear at the bottom. Okay, I want this bottom part to have like a nice bulbous gather. Bulbous, great word that is. There we go. And then I'll show it to you, and then I gotta put it in the camera. I want that to kind of spread out and be a little fatter. Okay, y'all. Let me come the ghost. It's pretty dope, actually. It's pretty much a pain in the butt to make, but it's okay. We're gonna do, what did I say? Pink and black. More pink and black. So, like little guys. Okay. Alright. The smaller I can make these, the cooler they are. They're tricky to make super duper tiny, but the smaller these are, the better they look as earrings. Hi, Suzanne Walton. How you doing? Walton, sorry. That one's okay. Let's do another one. I'm gonna do a bunch of these. So we'll do pink and black ones, and then I'll do black and something else. These are for my mini earrings, so I make earrings that just have one bead each on them. They're really cute, and they have little dangles on them. I should be getting my little dangly charmy bits to put on the earrings soon, and they're great. Great, glad. So I'm doing pretty good today. We woke up today, which is always nice, and it was a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in Colorado, and another day I get to make glass, so all good things. The world is insane, but my little world in my own head, not so bad. Not too bad here. So I'm going to make a couple more because I want to make sure they're as close to being exactly the same as possible. Okay, and like I said, I will be here just for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to be turning the camera off. However, I do lives at 2 o'clock here on Mountain Standard Time here in Colorado, and that is an hour and a half earlier than right now. So whatever time it is where you are right now, an hour and a half ago I started, and that's usually when I'm here. So hopefully you will like and subscribe to my channel. Hello Mustafa, what's happening? Thanks for the love, I appreciate it. Man, please help me collect some money for my father operation. My family has been more than thankful to you. Man, asking an artist is the wrong move. Asking an American artist, this is a bad move because honestly, boy, we can barely support ourselves here. 10:30 p.m. where you are. Okay, cool. I'm so sorry your father has to have an operation. That's a bummer. I'm so sorry. That one had 6 dots on it, so let's see if I can do that again. Alright. Next, I'm going to make some red ones. And I think I'll do that with pink dots. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am right now about to turn off my camera here in just a minute after I finish these beads right here. And then I'll be back tomorrow. So subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. And thank you so much for all the likes. I really appreciate y'all. The best way. Go, another layer. Red. Hello. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Oh, those are going to be darling. I'll make another one of those. Those are going to be cute. I'm doing 2 more of those and I'm going to go. 2 more and then I gotta go. will you be making after you turn off the camera? I actually have an appointment with a friend. So that's what I'm doing. This nose? I don't know what you're talking about. See you tomorrow. Have a great night. You like my nose. Quite frank, I don't care if you don't. Wow, it takes a really big person to make fun of people online. Wow, you're very impressed with yourself. Hello there, LC Croxford. Hello. Welcome. Unfortunately, this is my last 2 beads, and I'm going to be turning off the camera today, but I will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Hello there, Carrie Ward. Hello there, Tad Creator. Hello. I'm about to turn off the camera, like I was just saying, but I will be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. That is an hour and a half ago when I started, so if you check in with me tomorrow about this time, or an hour and a half ago, I will be there. Alright. Bye, Brittany. Second C as an S sound. LC. Oh my goodness. LC. Officer. So sorry, I'm annihilating your name. So sorry. So these are the beads I just made. I'm going to put them in the kiln now. And little beads like that get made into earrings. Alright. Thank you so much for joining me today, y'all. I am going to be back in here tomorrow, an hour and a half ago right now. So do like and subscribe to my channel, please. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Bye. Thank you.